Hi, I'm Judy and welcome to today's Sound Joints class. Today we'll be focusing on the lower back and the hips area, so building stability there to help with keeping you safe and uninjured and just having a good sitting posture. We've talked about that for our posture and back resilience class a couple of months ago, but now we're going to focus a little bit more on the actual muscular endurance and other sorts of glute activation for specifically this area. Okay. Today's class will be sort of easy to moderate. If there's anything that you don't feel like doing, you can always skip it, come back to it later, watch it in the video. We also don't need that much in equipment. You're going to want one of these loop bands if you have one. It's okay if you don't. It just activates more of the glute muscles when we use them. And then if you have like ankle weights, these are good to have. You don't have to use them today, but if this is too easy for you doing the video for the first time through and you want to do it again in the future, maybe you can invest in some ankle weights. They're very good for this kind of thing. And then one dumbbell or water bottle for extra resistance. And finally, always yoga blocks if you have them. If you have cushions instead, that's okay too. Okay, and we'll be on a mat today. You won't actually need a wall. You'll need a chair to do some things on, but that's about it. Okay, so we're going to get started. Today is I don't think any Beethoven today. I've been playing a lot of Beethoven for you in the recent weeks. No Beethoven, I think. Okay, so let me start the music. And we're going to start seated on the ground or on the block. Okay, and then just take a nice tall seat. We're going to do a 3-part yogic breath. So inhale through the nose and expand your belly, your chest, and across your shoulders. And then exhale everything out. It doesn't matter what order for the exhale. Just on the inhale, breathe in through the belly, chest, and expand across the shoulders, and exhale. Good. Again, inhale the 3 parts, and exhale. Good. And one more time. And exhale. Okay, we're going to move into a cat-cow position. Similar to before that we've done this one vertebra at a time, moving into cat position as you inhale. Exhale, flip your tailbone under, and then come one vertebra at a time into your cat position. And just continue that sequence. Inhale to cow, and exhale to cat. Very good. Okay, if you have yoga blocks, let's use them here. Coming into a low lunge right here. And you're going to alternate that with a hamstring stretch or a half split. Just inhale forward, exhale back. Good, we're keeping it dynamic right now for our stretching since we're just starting. Okay, and we're going to switch to the other leg in front. Same thing, low lunge and hamstring stretch. So this piece you're hearing in the background, this music, is Liszt's Consolation 3. Very well-known piece. Good, forward and back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Good, keeping your ribs close to your thigh to help with this hip hinge here. Good, and then coming into your gate pose. One hand on the block, and then your knee and your foot in the same line. Good. And then switching to the other side. Same alignment, palm of the hand, knee, and ankle in one line. Very good. Nice long stretch for if you've been sitting a lot today. And from here, we're coming into gate pose. Coming onto our knees, the insides of our knees, 90 degrees with our hips and our knees here, stretching the inner thighs. Feet are pointed outwards. Make sure your knees stay on the mat, otherwise it's pretty hard on this joint. Okay, and we're moving into lizard pose. So similar to the low lunge, blocks are on the inside of your front foot now. And then just bringing your shoulder close to this thigh. And just taking deep breaths in to open the chest. Exhale to deepen the stretch. You can also have your hands on the blocks. Good. Whatever you can do to maintain a neutral spine. And switching to the other leg in front. Great. Keeping contact between the shin and your upper arm or shoulder. Okay, that was our hip opening section. Okay, and then now we're going to go into our stability loop section. So you can set aside your block, grab your loop band, place it around your lower thighs. We have Chopin next. Okay, I think you can see me here. So we're going to do heel presses, sitting up tall, and then exhale, pressing the heel down into the ground. You should feel your abs activate. Inhale, release the press, and exhale, press. Good. Inhale and exhale. This one I did re-record. I played it earlier in the summer. Exhale. Good. And then now you're going to take that chair and then come onto the ground. Place your feet onto the chair and then do some elevated bridges to activate your glutes. Make sure it's your glutes and hamstrings working and not your lower back. If this is too much, you can always just do the version with your feet on the ground. See if you can keep your thighs parallel to each other, pressing out against the band. Good. Exhale as you lift. Inhale with control down. Excellent. Okay, now scoot yourself a little further from the chair so your legs are diagonal, not locked. And then we're going to do dead bugs like this. But then with one heel resting on the chair if you like. And then if you don't need it, you can just ignore the chair. But sometimes if you have lower back issues, you may feel a pinching in your back because the leg is too heavy. This is what we can use that chair for. Good. Just make sure you keep a neutral spine so your back's not arching off the ground. Good. Okay, and then coming into elbow plank shoulder taps. So just like this, a plank, and then tap opposite shoulder. You can also come down onto your knees for this. Whatever feels like it's the right level for you. And you're going to try not to shift your hips side to side. Good. Remember to breathe. For those of you who've played this Nocturne, you know there's a fortissimo section coming up. That is when we're going to change to the next exercise. Right here. Okay, so now you can come down to an elbow plank and then tap one foot out to the side and the other foot out to its own side. You can also do it on your knees. Yeah, tap one out and out. Good, still keeping the hips nice and level. Great work. Okay, with the pianissimo, we're coming into the reverse tabletop. Fingers are facing yourself or outwards, whatever feels better, and then marching here. Good. Abs are tight, glutes are engaged. Should be a gentle stretch on the front of your shoulders. Good. Here, return to the theme. We're going to lay on the side and then lift both legs at the same time if you can. So you should feel this side working. Good. Looks great. So I don't think I mentioned, but many of you probably already know this is Chopin's Opus 9, number 1, Nocturne in B flat minor. And then we're going to switch to the other side till the end. Beautiful, great. Okay, we're going to stay right here as we come into some Mozart. This is our form and function section, functional training. Okay, so we're going to do some sideline clamshells. So your knees and hips will be at 90 degrees, and then just go ahead, keep the heels zipped, and the knees and toes will rotate outwards. You want to keep this very stacked on top of each other, so no opening up like this. Yeah? Great, so you've heard this sonata before. It's the Mozart K332 piano sonata in F major. And then here's the side plank here, stacking yourself. And this is just the first movement of that sonata. You could always do this on your knees if you want. We've done many versions of side plank, so you could even do a gate pose if you want. You have options. Feel all this working here. Okay, lower your hips, but keep your body nice and straight. You can lay on your arm, and then now a straight leg lift. Again, you want to keep your hips stacked on top of each other so that you don't roll and end up using your hip flexors instead of your glutes to lift that leg. Good. Okay, whichever leg is lifted, remember that. Roll onto your back, keep that same leg lifted, and we're going to do single leg bridges. We've done these before, but I'm not sure we've used the band. So just press into the supporting heel, keep your hips level, abs are tight to help with that, and then you should feel that supporting leg side, that glute working pretty hard. When the exposition repeats, we're going to do the other side, but for now, just side step bear crouch here. Knees are 1 inch off the ground, and then hands move to the side and together. Okay, so now let's, whatever side you didn't do, let's flip over to the other side, and then starting with the clamshells again. Hips at 90 degrees, knees at 90 degrees, feeling the work in the sides of your glutes. Good. So we're just going to repeat everything on this side for the exposition, and then we'll move on to some ankle weights for the development. Okay, into your side plank on this side. Again, whatever version you did on the other side, try to do it on this side. So I see a lot of you are doing the right side right now, so that's good. If you're right hand dominant, do the stronger side second. Okay, lower down. And then just the straight leg lift, just the top leg this time. Good, again, keeping the hips stacked, feeling the work in the medial glute, the side glute. Good. Okay, and whichever leg is being lifted, that leg will stay up as you roll onto your back and start some single leg bridges on this side. That's the hardest part, is like figuring out which leg you already did, so try to keep it straightforward. Okay, I think we're going to need the time to transition. So take the ankle loop off, or the loop off, and then whatever ankle weights you have, put them on quick. I added a pause, but I don't think it was long enough. So I have to put a bunch of them on because I don't have two of the same weight. Oh, meanwhile, New York's finest, providing some background. Okay, so now we're doing side-lying leg lifts for the inner thighs. So you're gonna lay down and then just have the top leg at a 90-degree angle and lift the bottom leg straight. So you should feel the inner thigh working here. Okay, switching to the other side. Same thing, top leg 90 degrees and the bottom leg straight leg lift. Ooh, some New York Street Orchestra outside with the car horns. I'm not sure how I'm gonna edit that out of this video. Okay, grab a dumbbell. It's part of the magic, right? If you guys don't want the extra noise, you can always listen to or watch the unnarrated version. So bird dogs now. Carry the dumbbell or water bottle in the opposite arm as the leg that you're lifting. Good. And other side. Same thing, opposite arm and leg move in opposite directions. You want to feel the glute working on the lifting side. Good, abs are tight the whole time to stabilize. Very good, good balance. Okay, set the weight aside where you won't trip on it, and then come over to your chair. You want to hold onto the chair back, and then just lift one leg back. You can do it without resting the foot down, or you can rest after each repetition. So, really important part of hip and lower back stability is being able to activate your glutes, regardless of whether you're laying on the ground, or standing up, or sitting, or kneeling. So that's why we're doing these glute exercises, and then other leg in these different positions. Good. So right before the development and recap repeats, we're going to get rid of these ankle weights. Just to give you a heads up. And then basically we don't need any more equipment for the rest of today's workout. Okay, have a seat if you need to. Get rid of the weights. It's a race against time, against Mozart. Okay, so now we're going to come back to the mat, and you're going to step back with one leg, doesn't matter which, and then to a lunge. Twist towards the opposite side, and as you stand up, bring that back knee up. Okay, so same side, stay on the same side. So for instance, I'm stepping back with my right leg, twisting to my left, and then coming up, lifting my right knee. Okay, so, okay. And then now switch sides. Okay. Oops, I forgot my twist. So lunge, twist, and and then bring the knee up. Good. Okay, with the recap, you're going to grab your yoga block, coming up very soon. Okay, grab your yoga blocks. You're going to stack one on top of the other, and then lift your right leg as you reach down and grab a block with your right hand. Stand up, and then put the block down. And just stay on the same side. Right leg lifting, right arm grabbing. Okay, and then we'll switch sides after this. Good. This is really good for balance. Good for mobility, flexibility. Okay, switch to the other side. So now your left leg will lift and your left arm will grab the block. Stand up with it, and then. So if you can do this without touching the left foot on the ground in between repetitions, even better. Yeah, but it's quite difficult to maintain that balance, so work up to it. Okay, great. Let's take these aside. Come into your chair pose. And then you're gonna tap one leg out to the side. Okay, so from the side it looks like this. So you're feeling this in your glutes. Good. Okay, and then now you're going to do step back into kneeling and then step up again. Down, down, up, up. Okay, and then alternate sides. So if you step back first with the left, go with the right this time, and then right forward. Come up, left, back, left forward, and then right back, and right forward. Good. Right, left back, and left forward, right back, and right forward. Okay, plate squats for the end of this movement. And then we're all ready to the last piece after this. Good, yeah, of course you can add some arms if you like. Great. Okay, we have Schubert. Have your blocks nearby. Okay, so we're coming into tree pose. It's a little hard if you have shoes, but bring one foot to the inside of your thigh or below your knee, but not on the side of the knee. And then if you can, cross it over like this, figure four, like this, into a little single leg squat, into your eagle pose by sliding the thighs closer to each other. And then unwind this into a warrior three. I didn't space myself well, so I'm afraid I'm gonna kick something behind me. Good. And then coming back, and then other leg, same thing. Tree pose, figure four, eagle pose, and then warrior three, kicking that leg back. Good, rewinding it into your eagle pose, and then standing up. Great. Grab your blocks and come into a crescent lunge here. And then kick up into a standing split. Don't hit your head like I almost did. Okay, so just like that, alternating between the two. You can always just do what we did in the beginning, which is that low lunge, half split option. Okay. Okay, switching legs here at the dramatic part. Lunge, other leg forward, and then kicking into your standing split. Good. Okay, setting the blocks to the either side of your mat. And then coming into warrior two on this side. Extended side angle pose like so. And then grab that block, come into a half moon pose. And if you can, grab onto that top foot. If you just stay in warrior two, that's totally fine as well. Got a little fancy here with this one. Okay, and letting go. Setting up the other side now. Warrior two. Extended side angle pose, nice long. Reach similar to the gate pose. And then reach for this block. Coming into your half moon pose. And then if you can, grabbing on to that back foot. Okay, and then come on up out of that. Just one sun salutation with your heels off the ground. Inhale overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Try to keep the heels up. Inhale, halfway up, flat back. Exhale, step back into plank. You can lower your knees first or just go straight down into your chaturanga. Inhale to baby cobra. And then exhale either back to child's pose or to your downward facing dog. Good, and walking forward. Inhale halfway up, keep the heels up. Exhale down. Inhale, reverse one. That's the hardest part about keeping your balance. Good. Exhale, hands to heart center. And then find a comfortable seat for some mindful breathing for the rest of this beautiful Impromptu by Schubert. Okay, sitting up nice and tall, right on your sits bones. Palms up or cradled in one another. Gently close your eyes. Breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. And continue to be mindful of your breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. And when you're ready, you can float your eyes open. All right, great work today. I hope you enjoyed that short but hopefully effective sound joint workout for your back and your hips, and hope that your posture feels better now. We have one more of these left this month. Next week we're going to focus on knees again, so taking things up a notch compared to the first workout we did this month. Hope you enjoy, and I look forward to seeing you then. Thank you.